This is Mary Jo Fox and Nancy Hughes sharing information on MTSS. The information that we're sharing is not new information. It's not anything that's changed, but just explaining how the MTSS process works in Olathe. The first spot that we need to really look at is effective instruction. This is with Tier 1. This is the spot where we do our explicit instruction with the curricular standards for, again, both reading and for math.
This is Nancy Hughes. For Tier 1 instruction in mathematics, we have a four-part Envision lesson. We differentiate within all four parts of our lesson. We intervene with lessons from Envision along with our centers. We have reteaching mastered. If the student has not been successful, for example, on a particular standard, we differentiate instruction that has not been working. With our reteaching, we can reteach using MDIS kit. We have end of topic support. We have centers. We have reteaching masters. We have a tremendous amount of support for our students who have maybe not been successful on a particular standard, but we're just watching them to see if they just need a little boost to get it back up to grade level. We have a document called Opportunities for Struggling Learners in Tier 1. That support document will help walk you through the process of Tier 1 instruction, that effective instruction, and to start placing on a watch list those students that we are concerned about, or those students that may need a little bit more than a simple reteaching.
Effective Tier 1 instruction in reading looks like our daily reading framework. Again, the time when we're developing those curricular standards. We have our read aloud, we have our shared reading, and that shared reading could be the place where we're doing some reteaching, some differentiation as is needed for students. We have our guided reading or shared reading where we're working with students on their actual reading level. And those students that are below grade level, we're seeing daily. And then we have our independent reading, that opportunity to apply what students are already learning in our other areas.
When Tier 1 instruction is not working for some of those students, we move those students on to Tier 2 intervention. Tier 2 does not replace Tier 1 instruction. It is in addition to the regular math classroom. We screen only students that have not been successful in Tier 1 and that reteaching opportunity. We look at our watch list data and we screen only the struggling learners, those 2 or 3 learners. We can chunk that screener based on students' need. We intervene starting at that first missed standard, and we follow the suggested intervention lesson plan format that consists of a short number talk, focused instruction, and then closure. Please keep in mind that this is in addition to that 60-minute Envision lesson. We document our interventions and we progress monitor and record our goal in Synergy.
Reading Like Math has Tier 2 interventions for students who need more than what we're able to provide in Tier 1. The tricky part here is we've got to be sure that we're not trying to include those bubble kids, those kids that are going to be fine with just that differentiation or the reteaching. To help us make that decision, we use the document called Screening Criteria for District Assessments. And we go and we use that along with our information from those district assessments to determine who are the students who are going to need those Tier 2 interventions. Once we identify the students, then we go and we analyze what are their priority needs. So then we can match that intervention with their priority needs. During that intervention, weekly we will be doing a progress monitoring, and then we will, at the end of the intervention, we will be going and entering their information into Synergy. Now, with this, what you'll want to be using is the MTSS website, and this is where you'll be able to find those documents. The first documents that you'll be looking for will be you'll be using the sidebar where it says MTSS documents. A document that's called MTS Steps for Classroom Teachers will go and have you start out by looking at that screening criteria. And then from that screening criteria, you'll be able to go and analyze the running records, analyze those assessments to determine the student's strengths and needs. You then will go and communicate with the parent these strengths and needs and what their priority is, and you'll be able to enter that goal into Synergy. You'll then go and proceed with the intervention and with the weekly progress monitoring, and then at the end you will go and enter the progress monitoring and whether or not the goal was achieved into Synergy. The document that I was referring to before with identifying whether or not the student would really be in need of an intervention or else if we should be differentiating is this document right here, and it's called Screening Criteria for District Documents. Now, looking at the MTSF's website will give you great information that you'll be needing. You'll be able to go and to look at the interventions, and when you click on that, whatever intervention you're interested in will open up. And you'll also be able to go to the MTSS videos where that will provide the training for the different interventions.
And that brings us to the math website. This is the front page of our math website, and all of our documents can be pulled up through the MTSS math file on the left-hand side. When you come into that file, you're going to see on the left all the documents for both Tier 1, Tier 2, and many of our support documents, including our math videos, our MTSS videos, and our number talk packets that are available. To the right of that, you're going to see our screeners, and you're going to see our recording sheets that go along with the screener. And we have screeners that go in the progression of mathematics, all those standards from number sense to operations and algebraic thinking, number and operations, fractions, geometry, and then measurements. Underneath each one of those progressions, you're going to see the lessons, activities, and probes that can be used to help with those struggling learners with an intervention. And when you pull up that file for all the activities and probes, you're going to see all of the standards written in order from kindergarten down to 5th grade. And once you click on each one of those inside, you're going to see the envisioned lessons that mirror that particular standard. You're going to see a concrete, a representational, and an abstract set of lessons that can be used. You can see the goal written there that can be put right into Synergy, and then you have probes that are written to the right that you can use to see if students have mastered that particular intervention.
We have shared lots of information about the process with MTSS, but MTSS in Olathe is also a part of continuous improvement. And one of the ways that we do this is with having our study team meetings. The math study team meetings are going to be on November 6th, February 5th, and April 2nd. The reading study team meetings are going to be on January 26th and March 31st. We would welcome for you to join these meetings. It's always with your feedback that we have been able to go and really have these interventions and our whole MTSS process have an impact on our students.